So I was calling this my songwriting session, and I started to write a song last Sunday at the Blaincast. I had written one verse at that point, and I was very anxious to have a collaborative effort, and this might still happen. If anybody, I wrote the one verse, then I wrote the next day I wrote another verse, and it's kind of very contemporary and you might say topical. I'm calling this song Loyal to a Fault, but it was originally called the Press Secretary Blues because I had seen President Trump's new press secretary doing her speech and got a little inspired by that, and wrote a verse, and then it kind of opened up a little bit, and now I've got a second verse, and today, either by myself or with some collaboration, I'm going to try to write a third verse. And this is how the song sounds so far, directly on the iPhone, and then we'll switch over to the mixer and see if it's really any better. It sure is more complicated. Here we go, Loyal to a Fault. Now, every song I write starts with a riff like this. This one I picked up from Mark Knopfler. I saw something on it on the YouTube, and I thought, this is a direction my fingers don't usually go in, so let's work on that a bit. And this is what I came up with. He's got a fine first family, everybody toes the line. They only speak with his permission, everything is always fine. Mean and misogynistic, but his fans love him anyway. They can't be shocked by scandals and lies, 'cause they're all acclimatized, and they've got their marching orders, and they're loyal to a fault. Then there's the press secretary, presidential liaison. She can answer all your questions. She knows what's going on. She's got her ear to the leader. She's got the ear of the leader at his side the whole day long. She promised she would never tell a lie. She smiled and looked us in the eye. But she's got her marching orders, and she's loyal to a fault. Loyal to a fault. Now, he's got a fine first family, everybody toes the line. They only speak with his permission, everything is always fine. Mean and misogynistic, but his fans love him anyway. That's got to be shortened. They can't be shocked by any scandals and lies, 'cause they're all acclimatized, and they've got their marching orders, and they're loyal to a fault. Well, then there's the press secretary, presidential liaison. She can answer all your questions. She knows what's going on. She's got the ear of the leader at his side the whole day long. She promised she would never tell a lie. She smiled and looked us in the eye. But she's got her marching orders, and she's loyal to a fault. Loyal to a fault. I like that line. Let's pull this over a little bit, if I can do it without knocking anything. Okay, there's a few people there. And I haven't seen any suggestions for another rhyme. You know, I will open it up to requests. I've got a few friends here online because I didn't plan anything beyond this songwriting session. So I'm going to noodle with it a little bit, but please, somebody throw me a line. Hopefully something about a disgraced general he's a 3-star general. Doesn't have to be about the general, but some of the people around him were loyal to a fault. But then one day they caught him in a lie, and then they hung him out to dry. Still he's got his marching orders, and he's loyal to a fault. He's a 3-star general. This is how I do it. Oh, you know, actually there's one missing ingredient here to writing this song, but I'm not going to try to get into that. It's a little too early, I guess. But you do what you got to do when you're writing a song, you know. Now, hubris. What rhymes with hubris? Now I could get the looper going and play a little instrumentally on it. Not that way. Cable's in the way. Stop. I can't do two things at once yet. I'm not even awake. I just had half a coffee. Like I said, this was one of those days I couldn't hardly get out of bed. Have mercy. Not quite. Not that one either. Set list here. All right, I just found a tune that I've yet to perform in public that I probably won't even remember, but I can always bring up the words. Let me play a tune that I wrote that I will never perform, but since we're in this intimate little gathering here, I want you to hear this one. Tell me if this would get me in trouble. Better pull up the lyrics, though, because I'm surely not going to remember them all. Lyrics. To give you a little hint, it's called Arrested for Stealing a Kiss. And I've not seen it with that. Oh, lyrics. I was going to include this in my country episode, but I thought better of it. I think it's in the old country key of C. I'm in love with a woman in uniform, but it's difficult courting a cop. When I made my big play, she pushed me away. I never thought it could come to this. Arrested for stealing a kiss. Well, I know times have changed and things are better, but I could never follow rules to the letter. The new sheriff in town has shot me down. I never thought it could come to this. Arrested for stealing a kiss. Well, I've done my share of clumsy flirting. Didn't realize who I was hurting. Made decisions in haste and questionable taste. But I never thought it could come to this. Arrested for stealing a kiss. I was arrested for stealing a kiss. All right, there's a controversial one for you. Okay, there's another line for my new song. Anytime you want to fool us within a country mile. That's some collaboration. I don't know. Maybe I'll try. Alan, maybe next time we'll get you on the Zoom and we'll be interacting a little more. You can. I need a bridge for this one too. You know, for my. Well, you know, it's been half an hour if you count the time I wasted at the beginning. Let's see if there's another tune I could play for you before we say goodbye. Still no requests, eh? There's one that I dumped. There's songs that, you know, like, this is another controversial one. We've done that too, you know, and it was just too soon, I guess, for that, because it was really, it sounded like I was dumping on people of other faiths and practices, and there are some other faiths and practices that are positively medieval, and we've done that too, is suggesting that, well, even us civilized people, we used to stone people, we used to throw Christians to the lions and stuff like that, you know. Here's one I haven't played yet on the session. And I've always tried to do a little bit of a PSA, you know, so let's see if I can remember this one. I should really bring up these words too. I ought to have the words as part of the set list. That would be good. So if I go lyrics 17. Where are you? It's not showing up. Oh, there it is. Oh, it's got a big type. Thank you very much to you folks that tuned in live. And as always, well, maybe not from last month's episode, but previously I've put these episodes up on YouTube, and they're on my blog, torontobluesdiary.com. And there's a whole collection of them. And I don't repeat my songs. I've just been digging into the list, and now 9 episodes later, I'm starting to dig deeper here. But here's one we've played a few times and got a laugh or two. I hope I can cheer you up with this one and give you some good advice as well. There's a book out called The 17-Day Diet, and my ex Linda gave me a copy, and she had done it. I don't know, she might have even done 34 days of it or something. There's cycles to it. And I started out with it, but I didn't stick with it. But I seem to be losing a little weight anyway, so. If you diet, be sincere. If you try it, to just be clear. It's no picnic, but it's not for a year. It's just 17 days. It's not fasting, au contraire. There's plenty of servings, there's food to spare. If you can just fight those cravings and don't despair, it's just 17 days. But wait a minute, there's level 2. You can have meat with potatoes, but no gravy or roux. It's a lifetime project, and you'll know what to do after 17 days. Come on. Well, folks, thanks for joining me for another, what used to be the Basement Blaincast is now the kitchen corner. And you know, I think by next weekend I might even try to take it outside and do something out on the patio and do it in natural light and with an acoustic guitar. And if the sound was halfway decent, just using that strictly acoustic setup with the iPhone, we might try for that. But thanks to anybody that's getting into this and for your patience. Who wants to sit around watching somebody write a song? I don't know.
Are you looking for Jesus? Want to shake his hand? Want to know him in person? Want to understand? Want to feel his presence? want to know it's okay. When you get to meet Jesus, I reckon he'll say, you are also his son. He is in us both. God is the Spirit, and you are the host. But God is the Spirit, and you are the host.
Oh, you know she was pretty. Yeah. In a skanky kind of way. She had a good sense of humor. Man, she loved to play. But you can't choose the world you live in. Maybe you can choose the way you live. You can't choose what they take away. You might choose, baby, what you give.
You,
I wanna be happy, but I won't be happy till I make you happy too.
They check your mind and your heart. They'll tell you how in part. They take you this way or that. How come people act like that, Brian? Well, he left his mother crying for the son she loved so dear. No one can tell that woman's trouble. No one can wipe away her tears. Well, it's round and round and round the road where she started and round and round and round and round and round and round. Now he's got a badge, and he's a big man. But do you want to know the truth? Takes no courage, takes no honor to blow away on you. Well, it's round and around and around we go. When she stops, nobody knows. Round and around and around and around and blam, blam.
Julian Fouth, Paul Rennick, Ken Whiteley, Michelle Joseph on drums.
Brian Blain.
This has been the Campfire Jam, and I looked down and I saw the campfire wasn't even turning, like it seized up or something, but you still got the vibe. I hope the music provided the vibe. I'm torn here with a closing tune. Is John in the house? Where's John Gardner? John, I'm going to
this is how the bass line goes. If that's in your wheelhouse, come on up and sit in for the last tune. And this tune is called Don't Blame the Bass Player. Don't blame John Gardner for putting this whole thing together.
Yeah.
And all the people who helped make it happen, Paul on the sound and everybody, we just want to thank everybody and all you folks for coming out. It's just been a real treat for all of us, and I think we have to do this again, Brian. I don't know why I'm asking Brian, but we all
please.
this is really fun. I love it.
Woo-wee. 5. Yeah. Don't blame the bass player. 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 He's doing a hell of a job, ain't he? Well, he's looking good, like he knows he should. He's got the moves, and he's got the grooves. Don't blame the bass player. He's doing a hell of a job.